morning and welcome to Get Enlightened with me, Lauren Scott. Guys, I'm so happy to be here on this beautiful day, the 1st of October, my favorite month because it is mine and my son's birthday month. Whoop whoop. Anyways, Libra's in the house. I am blown away by the response of the podcast with my son. So thank you to all who have commented, text, shared. It was beautiful. It was in 24 countries and one of the most I've heard, or one of my most listened podcasts. So it just shows that, that was needed in the world. And thank you for allowing him to come on here and being so kind and so nice and so helpful with sharing his viewpoint. I think it's important that we ask our kids and talk to our kids. And so it was a wonderful time for me to sit down with my son and to be able to share that with y'all was perfect. So thank you. Even though the circumstance of what we were sharing wasn't the best situation, being able to share this with my son is perfect. So thank you again. Let's talk about October. Woo! We are in fall. It's cozy. The weather here in Texas is starting to get a little bit cooler, especially in the morning times where I'm sitting here with my puppy dog, drinking my morning coffee. And I'm just really excited about this month because I turned 45. My son turns 18. And it's just a big month in our year. And I am working on my second book, and this last year was amazing for our family. So it's just been a great time, and so we're walking into October grateful and excited and on the path to really opening up to who we are, because my son, like everybody knows, is a senior and he's turning 18, which means that he's legally an adult. And he is just so good. And so it's easy in its own route, but it's still very strange. And I know y'all have heard me talk to Paige about it, but it's a weird place to be because you're going from being like a mother figure to like a mother and a friend. So it's an interesting transition, but it's a beautiful transition. So today I want to talk about inner child healing, because this is what I've really been focusing on, is wanting to do things that my child loves, the things that I loved to do when I was a child. I love to do pottery and I love to ride horses. I love to play the piano. So these are the things that I'm really going back to. And I've decided that in my 45th year, I'm going to do for my 45th year, I'm doing 45 things that bring me happiness. So some of those things are things I know about and some of those things aren't. Like pottery, I haven't done pottery in 30 years. I've started doing pottery and joined a studio and have just had so much fun. As a matter of fact, I'm even now making my office into half of a studio because I've had so much fun with it. And I think it's important that those of us that are older really go into what we get so used to being in the rut of everyday life of wake up, go to school or work, come home, cook dinner, put the kids down, give your husband a kiss, lay down, go to bed, and it starts all over again. And we forget that this life is all about joy. And we should be doing things that bring us joy. And for this transition time in my life, my thought process is if I can go back and heal and do not so much heal, but it is healing because you're healing the inner child, the stuff that you stopped doing because you got older. You stopped doing because, I don't know, you lost interest at the time. But you're healing that wound or maybe you just didn't think you were good enough and that's the reason why you stopped. And putting that aside and just doing stuff just to bring you joy is a huge thing. So I started this because I needed a transition of what it is that I really love to do. I'm in a weird spot. My son will be going off to college. He's my one and only. So of course, as many of y'all know, it's kind of, I'm done after this one. And me and Sean have a really good relationship. Like, we do our date nights, and we've filtered that in, but we're even starting that even more, just so this transition period when he is gone, we're not like so many of my friends that have talked to me about it, sitting there like, who are we and how are we going to get through this? So I kind of started it a little bit early, and I'm working it in so it's not such a slap in the face of reality of you're not a mommy anymore. I mean, you are a mommy, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not your main focus. And so many of my friends have said they've gotten divorces at this time, or, all because they didn't know who they were and they're trying to find themselves. So maybe this month, make a promise to yourself to do 3 things that bring you joy from your childhood. So if you liked to go out and climb trees, go out and climb trees one day. See how it makes you feel. If you like to paint, bring out the paint stuff. Get in an arts class. Go to an art show. Bring that joy of your childhood back into your life and see how that changes you. It has made such a big difference in the month that I have really been focusing on that for me. And I wanted to share that with you. I think that at this time, there's so much chaos and things that are happening around the world that we are constantly on fight or flight mode of what's going to be happening next. So focusing in on the joy of what you can do, because we can't control what happens with the government or anything around us. But what we can control is if we're happy. If you wake up happy, if you're lighting that joy. So I want to hear from y'all. I'm going to actually open up some comments because we are in so many different countries right now. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to open up the comments and I want to hear from you specifically what it is that you're going to bring in this October that brings you joy. So 3 things. This is the goal for this month. 3 things that bring you joy back to your childhood, or if you had a shitty childhood, don't do it then, but something that you have stopped doing for whatever reason that you want to incorporate back in. And if you can't think of anything, then 3 new things that pique your interest, and let me know how that makes you feel, because it is incredible how it opens up the joy in your life. So everybody have a great week. Welcome to October. Next week we'll have Porch Time with Paige. Then I have a special guest. I have Rachel coming on to do astrology. I've got some of my friends that we're doing. Jojo will be coming on and talking about where he's at, and Tiny Hands. And we are just so excited to be back. I have not started the video process of this yet. I probably won't. I just don't have time because I'm trying to do things that bring me joy. And right now, we might jump on there with video, but it's not going to be an all-day thing. But at the middle of this season, after the holidays, when we come back, we will be incorporating video more because I'll have more time. So thank you for listening to Get Enlightened with me, Lauren Scott, and I can't wait to hear what's bringing you joy this October. Have a great day, a great week, and thanks for listening. Bye.